Punishment is not for revenge, but to lessen crime and reform the criminal. Elizabeth Fry. We are Jacob, Chad, and Kenzie, and this is our rocket pitch, Iron Bar Produce.
Since Chad and I have the same topic of nutrition in schools, we wanted to find a way to combine our topics with Jake to solve a world problem. So our big idea is taking parolees and running an organic farm halfway house. Our idea is to take parolees and they're going to work on farms and grow produce and then contract their produce into schools. Some of the world problems that we wanted to solve were 1, it's difficult for convicts to get hired after they go on parole, the lack of fresh produce in schools, and 3, the current relationship between citizens and the police force. Other programs that are kind of like this are Pit Bulls and Parolees, and this is where parolees raise and rescue pit bulls and until they find homes. Chad will talk about another program like this.
So another program that we base our project largely on is called Homeboy Industries. And what it is a nonprofit that has a lot of branches active. One of them is a bakery. It also specializes in running farmers markets and groceries. And it takes former gang members, about 9,000 every month, and has them come in and they offer services like legal help, tattoo removal, life planning strategies, job placement, counseling, anger management classes. But they're also running these businesses on different arms. So they're running a bakery and actively participating in selling food that way. So we based a lot of our idea on something like that. One of the biggest problems we wanted to deal with is the problem of incarceration in America. So out of every 100,000 people in the United States, 715 are in prison right now. We lead the world in incarceration, and Russia is the closest in second, and they only have 584 compared to our 715. So through our program, we wanted to have largely nonviolent crimes. So if you can't see the chart from the video, this large bar, which represents about 45% of people in prison right now, is actually for drug-related issues. So there's plenty of people in prison that could be a part of this program. The majority of prisoners actually are not crime-related offenses. So in our lit review for my paper, there is a focus on a lack of education being present in schools for nutrition. So 35 to 50 hours we found was ideal for nutritional education in schools to be beneficial to provide students with the skills and motivation required to make healthy choices. So out of that 35 to 50 hours, less than 10% was actually met. In elementary schools, a shockingly low 3.4 hours are spent on nutrition. In middle school, only 4.2. In high school, 5.9. So there's definitely not enough education being given in schools about nutrition.
Through multiple interviews with foreign exchange students here at the University of Mount Union, we learned one common theme. Foreign citizens view U.S. police as intimidating and often fear them. We thought this was a problem our program could fix through positive community relations. Our program's facilities will be open for police officers to take grade school classes out on tours. As Chad mentioned, there is not enough education in the school system on nutrition. Bringing grade school students out to the farm will allow them to both see how nutritious food is made and to hear stories from parolees that will encourage children to stay on the right track in life and to learn from the parolees' mistakes. We believe that a field trip like this will be much more impactful than any classroom lesson could be for a young child.
Some of the limitations that we found were that schools may be hesitant in feeling safe when consuming the produce, and a way that we thought that we'd combat this was it was going to be heavily monitored and with the tagline Satisfaction Guaranteed Policy. And another limitation could be there's not enough parolees to work, and we decided that we combat this by focusing on metropolitan areas.
A third limitation we think we might face is weather dependency. So since it's so cold in the north and in Ohio, we thought that it might be advantageous to have greenhouses if a state's climate couldn't support the type of agriculture that we wanted to grow. And then our last limitation that we kind of thought of was startup costs. So is this government funded? Are we going to seek grants? Those are both two possible solutions. A third one we thought of was a thing called angel investors. So if you've ever seen the show Shark Tank, it's kind of like that. There's a lot of think tanks around the country and even the community where you go pitch an idea like this to a group of people with a lot of capital, a lot of money, and they might want to be involved.
We believe that incarceration and recidivism rates have become out of control in the past years. Our program, Iron Bar Produce, will try to be proactive by hoping to see the relationship between criminals and police officers improve. This program would allow parolees to positively interact with police officers and to show parolees that they have worth and potential to do something positive in society.